Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the probably last character showcase we're going to be doing on this channel for quite some time before the DLC drops, and it's going to be Lianna. Lianna, a character that is available right at the beginning of the game, but because she is a new character and is part of a whole roster of many well-known characters, it's no surprise that she will be overlooked. But you shouldn't overlook her. She is a powerhouse in almost every sense of the word. She has solid AoE, and some of the best dueling potential out of all the sword users. She's very well-rounded. I would consider her to be sort of like the Ryu from Street Fighter or the Mario from Mario Kart. Very well-rounded, very simple, but extremely effective when you're using them. So in terms of pair-ups, I would definitely recommend pairing her up with a spear user, such as Cordelia. Hinoka works as well, but Cordelia does give the extra skill, and that is going to count, because we're going to be looking at getting criticals as often as we can. Now, in terms of her actual skills, you can already see that in her stats. Nothing wrong with her stats, but I recommend giving her a Topsy-Turvy. In my mind, she is one of the best Topsy-Turvy users. I think she's like tied with Lissa in terms of effectiveness. Lissa has like raw damage with her Topsy-Turvy. Lianna, not as high damage. She has like probably the third highest magic damage, I believe, out of all the Topsy-Turvy users in the entire game. But the thing that makes her stand out is her fantastic moveset. She's able to make the most use of her stats. She also has a decent skill stat of base 99, as well as base 99 luck. All very solid attacks, and this makes her what is the ideal Vanguard. And yeah, in terms of skills, you can give her Solidarity, Astra, Trample, the usual stuff. You can switch out Solidarity for Awakening if you don't feel like switching her out. Otherwise, Luna, skill plus 10, magic plus 10, and all that other good stuff. So I'm going to quickly give you a look at the weapon that she's wielding right now. As you can see over here, Topsy-Turvy, for those of you guys that don't know, Topsy-Turvy makes weapons do magic damage instead of physical damage, meaning all of her attacks will scale with magic, which is her highest attack stat. Rainstorm, Strong 6, and Strong 5, since those are the best combos to use on her. Strong 4 is quite effective on her, but you won't be relying on it as much for damage. Pair Up Plus, because that's always more damage, and Armor Strike. She uses Armor Strike very well. Most people do in this game, full disclosure, as like everyone has the tools for using Armor Strike effectively. But in her case, it's very good because she's able to deal so much damage with her crits anyway. She has one of the strongest crits in the entire game. So yeah, that basically does it for this stat build. She is a fantastic character. I mentioned earlier that she is part of a roster of many iconic, or at least in the very least well-known sword users. So obviously, even though she's like the first person you'll get in this entire game, you might not see much reason to use her. But thing is though, she is probably one of the best units in the entire game, and definitely a personal favorite of yours truly. What I'm going to do is that we're going to wait, and we're going to do the combo 4. No, sorry, combo 5. Let's be 4 regular attacks. Alright. So one of the other things that you can know about Lianna is the fact that she can actually infinite people, or she can do like an infinite juggle setup where she'll do her combo 4 to stun them. You can also do the combo 5 to get them up into the air and continue the juggle. There's not very much that she can't do, to be honest. She has great AoE from her combo 6, that's 5 regular attacks followed by a strong attack. And when you give her Astra, it's quite fast. The final hit of that combo 6 actually has a long-range AoE, so definitely make use of that one. Combo 4 is one of the most useful. Like, it even does so much damage, and the crit is just the icing on the cake. She's a very good unit, and I would really like to see more and more people use her. She's so effective. So yeah, in terms of breaking meter, she does it very effectively. It is one of the best combo 5s in the game by virtue of being able to easily combo. Obviously, if you pair her up with someone that has a disadvantage in the weapon triangle, then that's going to make things a lot easier for you, since you don't even have to worry about juggling as much. Okay, so all these guys are all over here. We're going to gather them up and then get a combo. Because Lianna has such high damage for her dual warrior specials, this should be a one-shot kill for most of the people. Maybe not the Shadow, but the Shadow will be easily dealt with since we have a spear user on our side. Oh, never mind. All dead. Alright. So the combo 6 is very nice because you can actually change the direction that you're in. And also, by virtue of having a spear user on our team, you can also get many people all in one crit. Just like that. Okay, so I see that there's someone going to our base right now. That's not going to be a problem. I would recommend pairing her up with a mounted unit since she is a foot soldier. she does take a little bit longer than everyone else to get places. That being said, that's not uncommon. Most of the characters in this game are foot soldiers, but it is nice to sort of patch up that little shortcoming of theirs. Okay, so we're gonna fight against this guy. We don't even need to worry about the gold gauges with Lianna most of the time. This is level 80 difficulty. These enemies will be the tankiest they'll ever be, but thanks to the fact that Cordelia also has high skill stat that she can benefit off of, it certainly works. Now, talking a little bit more about that infinite combo. Well, it's not really infinite, it's more like a, I guess, sort of a loop setup. This is something that is, like, every character in the game, I find, has something similar, particularly with melee attackers. But basically what you want to do is set up the combo 4, so there's 3 regular attacks followed by a strong attack. And then that would expose the stun gauge, and then you juggle them with a combo 5. The thing is that with characters like Darius, you can't do it as easily. But it's like, you still can, while they're landing, hit them with a combo 4, and that should be good enough. Okay, so let's see what we can do here. Also continue the juggle as well. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna wait for Darius's meter to go away, and then we got this. Yeah, easily done. Like, she's gonna two-shot. This is, like, I believe, the tankiest enemy in the game, and she'll easily two-shot them with the combos. Okay. There we go. He's basically dead now. Perfect. Also, that being said, for those of you guys that are wondering what costume I'm wearing right now, this came with the free DLC update that came out a couple of weeks ago. It's very nice, but the thing is, though, if you're using Armor Strike, you might not be able to see it very often, because just like with Rowan, the armor breaks whenever she's hit with the Armor Strike. Now, Armor Strike is extremely useful for most people. I highly recommend it for everyone, because it does give incentive for learning how to dodge. And with characters like Lianna, though, you don't even have to worry about that as much, because she's very quick. Like, every character in this game is very quick, like, if they're given Astra. But, man. Like, with Lianna, though, it's just that, there's so much versatility to her moveset, and that's what makes her so effective. She's, like, the hidden gem that's hidden in plain sight, I find. She's a very strong unit. Perfect. Okay, and there was one more objective. Actually, the nice thing about this particular level 80 Shadow Elimination mission is that you're going to be spending a lot of time fighting against captains that you'll just kind of KO the people that are around them. And the nice thing about this particular character is the fact that if you're starting off, you can get away with just spamming regular attacks or even just strong attacks. Like, you can just, like, do this and then continue spamming the heavy attack until it's done. It's really nice. You don't even need to worry about investing skill crests for quite some time either. But yeah, the hidden gem in plain sight is what I like to refer to her as. And there's a good reason for that. I feel that the reason why people overlook her, again, is just because there are many other well-known characters that people would rather look at. But honestly, I would actually be very interested in the very least, seeing her, not so much Rowan, in future games in the series. So yeah, we're going to quickly clear out the remainder of the objectives, and I think we should be good to go. Yeah, we are basically done with this entire map. We don't even need to worry about clearing forts. That's one of the things I've noticed about this particular character as well. You have all the tools you need to continue looping your opponents with a combo. So you juggle with a combo 4 into a combo 5, and then back into the combo 4. There's, like, most characters do that, but it's a lot easier to learn with characters like Rowan and Lianna, simply because, like, every move on these characters tends to function fairly straightforward. Okay, we're gonna line up all these guys, and go! Okay, I'm not sure how good this was. They all felt a little bit spread apart, but Lianna does carry a lot of people in. Oh, never mind, Darius. I saw Darius at the edge of that one. We're gonna have to burn another one, aren't we? That's okay. Oh, no, never mind. Okay, cool. Man, the hitboxes on these dual warrior specials are so weird, aren't they? Alright, down to the last rally captain. Yeah, most of the time you don't even need to worry about the gold meters to win as Lianna. Like, if you give her Armor Strike, she already has amazingly high stats that she'll one-shot most people with the crits. And then the commander units might take 2. Even then, they probably might not even take 2 either. It's really crazy. And I think that should be it for all the captains. Oh, no, no, there's one more in here. I believe. Yeah, yeah, okay, I see it. It's on the right of the map, in the hallway where Rowan is. And we might as well clear out this fort, because why not? Hey, extra fort for us, right? Build some meter all we can. Yes. The nice thing about also getting those yellow meters is that because of the way that it works, you're also going to hit everyone outside of the actual target that you're facing. So what that's going to do is that everyone's going to be affected by the armor strike if they're hit with a yellow stun gauge. It's very important that you guys focus on that too. It's like there's really plenty of incentive for getting the yellow stun gauge, but in some cases you don't even need to sweat it. So yeah, see over here, look, we're gonna get both of these guys in, and both of these guys will get hit by the armor strike. It's really effective. Yeah, so that was a one-shot kill to the guy, and we weren't even focusing on him. All we were doing was focus on Darius. And this should be a one-shot kill. Awesome. Okay, so for this particular part, we do not have any blue jars. Actually, there's a blue jar in this particular fortress over here. I want to get the blue jar because Lianna kills Velazark in a couple of combos, so this is going to be great. But yeah, that basically does it for the Lianna guide. Very straightforward, and I guess this whole video wasn't really teaching people how to play her, but really showing off just what she's capable of. She is extremely underappreciated because there's that high magic damage to think about, the high crit damage. Rowan has largely the same bag of tricks as well if you prefer using him. It's just that Rowan is one of the many physical sword users in existence. You might as well use Ryoma or Lin. With Lianna, she is the best magic sword user. Okay, so this guy's gonna do something, right? Let's see, he's gonna land. Yes, perfect. Okay, I couldn't catch the gold meter, but that's okay. This should still be a substantial amount of damage. Also, it looks cool. Like, the way that the camera angles for her attacks on this part. Awesome. Okay, we got the white meter that time, so this should be good. Also, her attacks in this new outfit look very dynamic. It's very gold. Right, so before this video ends, there's actually one thing I wanted to mention. It's the fact that we are almost finished. Well, this is basically going to be the last weapon showcase for quite some time, and I'm really glad that people have been enjoying them so far. I was not expecting people to actually follow on my progress going through all the different characters of this game, but people were, and I'm very excited for that. So I noticed that there's a lot of different playstyles out there, and people approach the game differently than the rest of us do. And if you guys are interested in seeing one of your builds showcased, feel free to show off what the setup is in the comments. There were a few that I've already heard of that I'm interested in doing in a future showcase. Definitely going to look into doing a recording for those ones this week. It's mainly just tweaks to already existing characters, but it does change the playstyle overall. And I look forward to keeping the game fresh until the DLC comes out next year. Anyways, that basically does it for the Lianna showcase. Ooh, not the tutorial. Showcase. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. It's a secret, but it's going to be coming out soon, so I hope you guys look forward to it. Take care, everyone.